Hello, my name is Olivia Darley, and I am a student physical therapist at Thomas Jefferson University, and I'm here to talk to you about your home exercise program for your baby with torticollis. So, if your baby has limited left rotation, that means they have more trouble looking to their left side than they do to their right, and they typically will prefer to look to their right. So you want to help increase their left rotation, and one way to do that is stretching. So you can stretch them in the cuddle position, which means that you will be taking your baby and you will face them so that their body is facing you. Now you can do this standing up or sitting down, but sitting down allows you to use both your hands and get a little better of a stretch. So you'll rest their body against your leg and encourage them to look to their left with toys or something to draw their attention that way. And then you will simply allow them to rest against your chest while they're sitting on your lap. And then you use one hand to stabilize their shoulders, because you don't want them lifting their shoulder and turning their whole body. You want them just turning their head. So you stabilize their shoulders, and then you take the other hand and you just gently apply a pressure at their head to increase how far they're looking. Be mindful of their ears and their jaw when you're applying the pressure. And you want to hold for about 30 seconds. Now, a normal rotation for a baby is past their shoulder. They can get past their chin can go past their shoulder, and so you don't have to be worried about pushing too hard. You can always compare to the other side if you would like to see how far they can go. If your baby has tightness, they may not get that far, so you have to base it on your baby and how much they can tolerate the stretch. And you want to hold for about 30 seconds, and then you can relax. Now, if your baby can tolerate this position, this is a great position to allow contact naps in if you do contact naps at home. So you can let the baby fall asleep in this position without doing so much stretching. Just do a gentle stretch by having them look that way while you are supporting them. And then once they are asleep, you may be able to get a little more of a stretch into left rotation. And that is one way to increase how far they can look to the left. So another option for a left rotation stretch would be having your child lay flat on the floor on their back and encouraging them to look to the left by placing toys and such on their left. So once your child's attention is to the left and they are looking as far as they can to the left, you will simply hold down their right shoulder to prevent them from rolling or lifting, and just apply a gentle pressure to the left side of their face, being mindful of their ear and not pushing hard on their jaw, but just gently on the side of their face to increase how far they are looking. And again, you want to hold for about 30 seconds. Some children may tolerate this better than others. Some may prefer the stretch that you do when holding them. If your baby has a left tilt, that means that their left ear is towards their left shoulder, like this, and that's their resting head position. That may be caused by some tightness in the left side of their neck. So what you want to do is stretch that side of their neck. So one way to do that is by tilting your baby's body towards the left. Now you're going to take your right hand and you're going to snake it through their legs and place it on their left shoulder. Now you're going to want to pin that shoulder, so you want to prevent it from shrugging up, and so you're going to kind of hold it down slightly. Now you're going to take your left hand and very gently apply a pressure to the left side of your baby's head and push them into a right side bend. So you're bringing their right ear towards their right shoulder. Now this is going to stretch out the left side of your baby's neck. You want to go until you feel just a slight resistance, and then you want to hold there for about 30 seconds or as long as your baby can tolerate. Now, this is a hard position and some babies can't tolerate this as well as others. It does tend to get better as the baby gets more exposure to it. But if your baby can't tolerate this position, you can relax the stretch a little bit and let the baby just rest on your forearm, still keeping your other hand underneath, pinning that shoulder down. And you're just more gently stretching in this position, just slightly lifting the baby's head so that their ear is going slightly towards their shoulder. And this is a position you can encourage a nap in if you do contact naps. Some babies are able to fall asleep in this position. Again, once they are asleep, you can get a little more of a stretch in. But that is one way to help with a baby with a left tilt. For your child that struggles looking to the left, in addition to stretching, you also want to work on encouraging them to look to the left throughout the day. So one way you can do that is by putting them in sitting. Now that's going to be sitting on the floor if they can sit by themselves, or you can have them on your lap if they need more support. And you want to hold their right shoulder. You want to do this to prevent them from turning their whole body to follow a toy. You want them just turning their head, not their trunk. So you are holding their shoulder, and you can place a toy, a high value item, something that will draw their attention, in front of their face, let them see it, and then encourage them to track it to look as far to the left as they can go. Now, once you've gotten to as far as they can go, you want to hold the toy there so that they hold their vision that far and hold their head as far to the left as possible for as long as possible. A lot of kids will not be able to hold very long and will start looking forward, will stop looking at the toy. So you may have to regain their attention and bring them back to that end range, but you want them to hold that end range for as long as they can to work on building up that endurance to looking to the left. Now you can do that in the sitting position. You can also, if you have an older child who is standing and likes to stand, you can do it in standing as well. You just, again, want to make sure they're not turning their whole body, they're just turning their head. And then for your younger kids, you can also just lay them on their backs and place all of their toys on their left side, something making noises on their left side, to draw their attention that way and have them hold their gaze to the left so that they are turning their head to the left for an extended period of time. You can also do this one in tummy time. But you just want to encourage them to look to the left as much as possible throughout the day. For your baby with a left head tilt, you can also work on strengthening the right side of your baby's neck. So one way you can do this is by a weight shift. So what you're going to do is you can have the baby sitting on your lap, or you can do this standing, and you're going to lean the baby's body towards the left side. So you can support them under their arm. If you have a younger baby who needs more support, you can give them more support. And then you are going to look that they are lifting their head. So you don't want their left ear resting on their left shoulder. You want them lifting their head towards the right, and you want them looking straight forward. So place toys in front or go in front of a mirror, something to keep their attention straight ahead so that they're not turning their head and looking all around. And then again, you want them lifting their head to get their right ear as close to their right shoulder as possible. And you can hold this for around 30 seconds or longer or shorter, depending on your child's ability to hold their head up. And then you can give them breaks by going back up, and then you can go back into it. But a very good way to strengthen the right side of their neck and help with midline positioning of their head.